great, lovely. Have you presented before, Martin?
No.
This is your first time?
It is.
When it's somebody's first time presenting, we like to give them lots of love and support to make them comfortable and feel secure, right? So, when I give you the word, I want everyone to give this incredible whoop, because people in the other room might think, what the fuck's going on in there? They're having a great time. And you'll also give Martin a great deal of encouragement. So, after 3, okay? 1, 2, 3, yeah!
Good evening. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the future of TV.
Are you ready?
I am. Okay, so first of all, confession, I'd like to apologise for using paper, the iPad app, for doing these slides. I saw a photograph of last night's event and someone was doing it there. I stole the idea from someone I saw doing it recently. Soon everyone will be doing it, so I'm doing it before it becomes a cliche. And yes, so a couple of weeks ago I was on a yacht in Cannes with a bunch of hackers who were creating apps for TV at a hackathon event for the TV industry, and they had a real problem because, as you can see, they've got an unhappy face and a shocked face there. There was almost no data available, almost nothing they could work with to create these apps. And if you know anything about hackers and that kind of culture, you need data to work with to create interesting apps. And that is something that they really didn't have. So, if you're looking at what kind of apps are available for TVs at the moment, if you're lucky enough to have any hardware that runs apps on TVs, it tends to be rubbish like this. Twitter overlaid over what you're watching. Not very useful, not very handy, and I think we can be a lot more creative than that. The other kind of app that you might use with your TV is something like Zbox, which you might use on like an iPad or something, while you're watching Question Time or a Twitter app or something, and you're tweeting along saying, oh, this MP's talking rubbish, that kind of thing. Second screen apps, so they are quite useful. And the problem is, though, that when it comes to innovation around TV apps, radio is beating TV. There are so many more sources of data for radio. I've seen businesses build apps around radio from freely available data, but not for TV. So, what is needed? I think you're probably going to guess what my next slide will say, because I've kind of set it up already. The one thing we really do need, yes, is more data. There we go. And so what kind of data could this be? All sorts of things, because the more the merrier, the more the better, the more creativity you can create. And what I think is amazing is those poor developers on that yacht, they had real problems. They had nothing like listings data. They had to pay £200 for listings data. How rubbish is that? Thumbnails to create a nice picture with whatever you're working with. Metadata. You could create an app which shows you all the things Terry Wogan's on TV. Why you want that? I don't know. The Spotify play button problem. Last week Spotify launched a play button you can embed in apps and in web pages and things. And there's a problem. Basically, if you want to listen to music that if I could embed a Beck track on a web page or something, it doesn't play unless you've got Spotify. It's the closed media versus the open web, and that problem is very, very similar in TV. So what about the broadcasters? People like these lot. Yes, they all do have offices right next to each other like that, and Charles Ross has a nice spiky Bart Simpson top. But it's all down to them really. The power is completely in their hands to change all of this and give us more data and more to work with, because they own the rights. And I think it's a real shame that at the moment they're not opening up, and we're really in a really early stage with this kind of thing, but they really need to innovate a lot quicker than they are. However, imagine that that's all solved and we're now in the far future, looking forward to see what's happening next. My drawing's terrible. What will we see? Well, we'll see a lot of fantastic things. This is one idea I have, for example, that I'd love to see. The idea is that you're watching a game show, but you can directly influence it in real time from the app. So at the moment you might have things like, I don't know, the £1 Million Drop, where you can play along on a game at the same time, and Davina McCall mentions it at home, mentions it on TV and say, oh, this many people watching got this question right. But direct control and influence built into the production. So from the development stage, they're thinking, we are going to let viewers control this in real time and influence what's happening in real time. The other thing, Perceptive media, this is something that's being talked about by one of the guys, particularly in BBC's R&D department in Salford. It's the idea that a set-top box could know who's watching and tailor the programme to their specific needs. So if you're watching a game show, you've seen it before, here's how it could show. If you've seen it before, it could be behind the scenes fun, and if you've never seen it before, here's how it works, noobs, at the same time. So it's tailored to who's watching. If you're watching a drama on the radio, if you're a heavy metal fan, it could be the Ace of Spades. If you're potentially a little more bland, it could be Eternal with one of their fantastic 90s pop ballads. And so there we go, a snapshot of what's in my head about the future of TV, and I hope you found that at least slightly useful or interesting. Thank you very much.